Hi everyone! So today I'm going to show you how to make these cute hamburger polymer clay earrings. I hope you enjoy. So here I'm taking some Sahara colored clay by Fimo and I'm cutting out a little section of it and we're going to roll it up and make the hamburger bun out of it. So here I'm rolling the clay into a ball and cutting it in half, so that way we get an even amount of clay for each of our little hamburgers. So here I'm rolling the two sections that we cut out into little balls and cutting them into 3/4 and 1/4 sections. So the smaller parts are going to be the bottom of the hamburger bun and the bigger parts are going to be the top part of the hamburger bun. Now I'm going in with some orange colored chalk pastels to shade the hamburger bun to give it a more realistic look. Now we're going to make the lettuce cane. This is a small little detail that's really quick to do and it adds a little element of realism. So here I'm mixing some various green shades by both Fimo and Sculpey with a little bit of Fimo white translucent, and I'm just chopping it all up and mushing it around to make sort of a marbled lettuce cane look. The key here is to marble it just enough that the colors blend together a little bit, but not enough that they start to smudge into each other. And once you're happy with that, you have your lettuce cane. So now we're going to cut little sections off, and you'll see here I have a little ball of tin foil that I'm going to use to essentially give the lettuce leaf like a crumply texture. You can also accomplish the same thing with a bit of sandpaper and a toothbrush. So now that we're done texturing the lettuce leaf, I'm just ripping it up into little sections so that we can use more of the lettuce leaf. There's no point on covering the middle because obviously no one's going to see that. And ripping the clay instead of cutting it gives a little more of a realistic and unique texture. So now it's time to make the hamburger itself. Here I'm using chocolate by Fimo. I'm using the same technique here of rolling the clay and then cutting it in half that I used for the hamburger bun to ensure that we have two even pieces for the hamburgers. Now here I'm flattening the hamburgers out and I'm going to be adding a little bit of texture with a toothbrush. Now I'm going to be securing the hamburger onto the bun using a little bit of Sculpey Bacon Bond, but TLS or Liquid Fimo works just as well. Next we're going to be moving on to the cheese, and here I'm using Sunflower by Fimo and flattening it out. I'm not using a rolling pin or anything. I'm just flattening it out between my fingers, and I'm going to use a straight clay blade to cut it into some square slices. For the tomatoes, I'm going to be using Sculpey 3 and the color red, and I'm just really simple going to be taking two little bits and making it into a round shape, since we won't really be seeing any top or bottom detail once it's inside the hamburger, so this part you can just do quickly. And in a similar fashion, for the pickle slices, I'm just using Tropical Green by Fimo and doing the same thing that we did with the tomato slices, because you're not going to be seeing any of the detail. Before we continue, I'm just taking the little hamburgers that we have done so far and I'm pushing the lettuce leaves up, because during handling they can get smushed down and that doesn't help with the realism if you're going for a more realistic look. So to have the lettuce leaves pushed up makes it look like they're holding a natural shape. So here I'm taking some light yellow and some orangey yellow chalk pastels, and I'm getting a little bit onto a piece of wax paper, and this is how we're going to make the mustard for the hamburgers. We're going to take these little shavings, and use a little bit of Sculpey Bacon Bond. TLS or Liquid Fimo works just as well. I prefer to use Bacon Bond or TLS because it's more opaque. For certain things like the mustard and the ketchup, I like a more opaque look for mine. You can add more chopped shavings if you feel that the color is too white because of the Bacon Bond or TLS, until you have a color that you like. So now here I'm applying the mustard that we just made onto the hamburgers, and there's no real rhyme or reason for how I do it this way. Like I said, I like a little bit of a more realistic sort of look, and food is usually never picture perfect, so I like to add it in like little random spots, make it look like a tiny bit messy, like it was just made. And we're going to be doing the same thing with the ketchup and the red chalk pastel shavings. So now we are going to be adding the eye pins to make these able to become charms, necklace pendants, or in my case earrings for these. I have to trim my eye pins, but you might not have to if you're using eye screws or shorter eye pins. And now I'm going to be using more Fimo Sahara and cutting it into little teeny tiny pieces, and this is going to be for the seeds for the top of the hamburger bun. And we are done. That is it. Here are our little hamburger earrings. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe for more tutorials. Comment anything that you want to see. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Bye!